Hello, my name is Isela Mosqueda. I am in my first year of the Masters of Translation and Localization Management at the Middlebury Institute for International Studies. And I'm going to be presenting on translation crowdsourcing at Sunbasket. Sunbasket is a meal delivery company that serves the continental United States. They pride themselves in providing fresh, quality meal ingredients, either for cooking at home or for fresh and ready meals that are ready to heat up and eat in the moment. They also have market grocery items that can be added to any subscriber's order. One of Sunbasket's biggest appeals to customers is their wide variety in meal kit options, which is much greater than most of their competitors and includes paleo, gluten-free, diabetes-friendly, and vegetarian options, among others. They're also one of the only meal delivery services that is certified USDA organic. Sunbasket's most immediate need for translation is with training and managing employees who work on the floor of their distribution centers, or DCs. Those who are prepping, sorting, packaging, and packing food for shipment, among other responsibilities. Sunbasket has predominantly Spanish-speaking DC employees on their West Coast facility, and much more languages spoken on their East Coast facility, including Russian, Turkish, Vietnamese, Arabic, Swahili, and more. Some employees have a low literacy level or in their native language, and needless to say, a very low level of English, or don't speak English or read it at all. Currently, all of Sunbasket's training materials and employee communications are in English. Sunbasket's DC currently rely on fellow employees who speak the language as the employee needing translation, and have conducted business in this way since opening in 2014. Having translated materials for onboarding, training, and employee communications would greatly help reduce employee misunderstandings regarding important procedures and queries. Each week, employees need to follow new detailed recipe instructions while prepping and packing food. And currently, there are mistakes sometimes made due to misunderstanding instructions in English. These mistakes can result in customers receiving improperly packaged food, and in worst case scenarios, things that could even be harmful for the customer, such as allergens or expired food items. Translation crowdsourcing could greatly help Sunbasket with these issues and help them to show employees how much they are valued by the company by giving them materials in their native language. If translation crowdsourcing proves to be a successful and efficient way of translating material for Sunbasket, I would later suggest that the company consider using this translation method to begin translating their customer-facing recipes, website, and marketing materials to be able to reach a wider, more diverse market than they already do. By crowdsourcing translation, Sunbasket would be able to harness the collective talents of translators all over the world and still maintain high linguistic quality of translations by following guidelines outlined in this proposal, all for a fraction of the cost of hiring professional translators for the same work. Sunbasket has been working hard toward their goal of attaining their initial public offering, or IPO status, and has needed to downsize in both facilities and personnel over the past few years in order to optimize their budget and chances of IPO attainment. Translation crowdsourcing would help Sunbasket to not only show how they are taking steps to reach a wider market, which would greatly help in their quest to achieve IPO, but would also help them to do so in a very cost-effective way. Translation crowdsourcing also increases customer attachment to your products through involvement and grows your fan base. My recommendations for getting started. One of the most important ways to make sure you are attracting and optimizing translator participation is to make the experience easy for them. See the attached quantity.pdf doc. This means your translation crowdsourcing platform needs to be easy and intuitive to use. I suggest you use the cloud-based translation management system, or TMS, called Crowdin to begin. Crowdin allows companies to easily streamline and manage crowdsourcing translations of their multilingual content for an affordable price. Their subscription plans range from free to $1,500 for large-scale businesses. I lay out my plan suggestion in the estimated cost section of this proposal. Prioritization of documents. Crowdsourced translators are best motivated when their projects are short and enjoyable or interesting to translate. Since these translators and volunteers are working for free, we want to entice them into working on something enjoyable first. And then once we've had a good and easy, straightforward experience, then they are more likely to continue translating longer documents and texts which they might find less interesting at the beginning, such as legal contracts, for example. This is why I recommend to prioritize Sunbasket documents which are short, such as recipes, first on Crowdin, and include longer, less exciting texts like legal documents as options further down the line of the platform. Ensuring quality. There are many important ways to build and maintain quality, even when receiving translations from free volunteers around the globe. Please see this attached document for more details. The good news is that on Crowdin, they already employ the majority of these considerations. In summary, these 5 points will be the most essential to follow. 1, build a strong foundation. Make sure that you're onboarding well. You have training videos, tech and linguistic prep, and a subject matter test for your linguists at the beginning. Maintain a good communication with your translators. Employ community managers, which would be the translators and volunteers themselves, in a chat or forum. Also, you can include a help center for your translators, easy place for them to go when they've got questions. Make sure you have a system for announcements and feedback that you want to give your translators. Employ gamification and voting. Gamification means that a translator could receive points, awards, maybe even swag, maybe discounts on Sunbasket meals, maybe market items every once in a while for reaching milestones. The voting means that translators will vote on the quality of each other's translations. Receiving a lot of votes on a translation will help you and your QA team understand if these translations, even if you don't speak the language, are quality or not. Also, provide linguistic support. Make sure that you have translation memories and term bases that can be looked up easily by your translators. Make sure there's a process for a QA check. Also, don't forget to have a post-translation process. This is very important. Make sure that this comes with professional and volunteer reviews of the translations that are going to be had. Make sure to have a postmortem with your team and that this is an ongoing evaluation so that you can improve as you go. In order to optimize the quantity of the community translation, make sure that you engage with your materials and make sure that you are accessing this document that I've prepared for you. For more insight, here are a summary of the most important points. Make sure that the platform is easy. Thankfully, Crowdin does this very well for us. Should be a free and easy platform for our translators to interact with. Make sure there's proper motivation. The gamification I mentioned earlier, the voting, maybe you can offer references for their resumes, as most of these translators are new to the industry and would really like to get something on their resume as experience. Optimize social media use. Make use of the most popular social media platforms to be able to spread the word and recruit new translators. Also, empower your users. Encourage the translators to take ownership in the platform. Encourage them to develop libraries, components, apps, or even a help center. The more they know that they bring value to the project, the more likely they are to stay for the long run. Estimated costs for the project. These are the costs that I've estimated out. Of course, this is just an estimation for employing translation crowdsourcing. The first would be the subscription to Crowdin. My suggestion is to go with the Team Plus plan. This is something catered to private organizations and comes with 5 managers along with many other features that would be perfect for Sunbasket. Linguistic development. This would be creating style guides, creating glossaries, training videos for your translators to use. $25 per hour would be the target rate that you would want a linguist to make. I believe that 40 hours at the beginning of your implementation would be sufficient. Linguistic review, so professional translators or linguists to review for quality assurance. Again, you're looking at about $25 per hour for these linguists. Per project, I'm estimating about 40 hours of the linguist time post-mortem to be able to, well, not post-mortem, but after the translations come in, to be able to ensure quality. So the total estimated cost per project per month comes out to $2,450. Anticipated results. I believe that having translation crowdsourcing at Sunbasket will increase employee trust and satisfaction with Sunbasket, since employees will be receiving materials in their native languages. I believe it will also reduce production errors and optimize productivity on the floor. This also has a great potential for extending translation to customer-facing recipes, Sunbasket's website, and marketing materials. This could mean that Sunbasket could reach a much wider and more diverse customer base than they are already doing. This is great news that potential investors would want to see that the company is ready for substantial growth and reaching a wider market. Thank you for your time. My name has been Isela Mosqueda.